So let's get started. This is the Glimmer Plate of the Month club kit for March, and it's called Glimmer Edge Roses, and it's absolutely wonderful. And the moment I saw the leaves, I immediately thought of pressing those images into a piece of cardstock, and that's what we're going to do. So I placed my shim because I wanted a little bit more going on there. I placed the rubber mat that comes with the Spellbinders Platinum 6. I have a piece of watercolor cardstock that I misted off camera so I didn't get everything wet. And now I'm just placing the leaves. So for those of you that have seen my video before, you know I love sets of 3. For me, it's just pleasing. So I'm going to do 3 groupings. By misting the watercolor paper, it doesn't crack and it's not going to tear. Now, I also tried this without misting, and I literally got tears and cuts in the paper. So by doing that, it softens the fibers so that these glimmer plates will just press into the paper, and they give a beautiful image of the leaves. The details, it's just amazing. And I immediately fell in love with it. So I did this 3 times with those 3 different leaves, set those in an arrangement. Once I was done with that, I set the piece of cardstock aside, just so that it could dry and do whatever it needs to do on its own. I pulled in my Mission Gold watercolors, and we're just going to go in a circle. We're not going to do anything fancy. We're just swirling. Get out your watercolors, anything that you already have in your stock, and just swirl it. Leave some white areas. Again, it's like a scribble that I'm actually doing here. Once I have the lighter color down, I'm coming in with a darker color and just dropping it. Not worrying about where it's going. I'm just dropping it in the center, and I'm letting the watercolors do all of the work, do all of the magic. What I did make sure that those circles were just right about the same size as the rose glimmer plates. I'm going to be using Aura foil. It is my favorite. I have to say that. Anything iridescent, holographic anymore, it's just fastly my favorite. But I do love the color of Aura. I am going to use one of the sentiments from Yana's Sentiments that was released a little bit ago, the Happy Birthday. So I have all of my foil cut. I'm going to place my sentiment down onto this piece of cardstock as well. What I need to do, and as you say, I'm thinking, well, if I just whoosh it back and forth, it should dry. No. Either let it dry by itself or use a heat gun. Don't swish it around like that because you will fling paint, possibly, off of it. I'm going to set my foil down with the nice side facing up onto the paper, my plates facing down onto the pretty side. I'm going to use my Spellbinders tape just to hold my plates in place. Say that 10 times fast. So that they don't shift. I really, ever since I saw, I think it was Yana, who used low tack tape with the plates, it's just something that I have always done now, because mine just shift. You can see that beautiful iridescent foil line on top of that watercolor. It does beautifully. You can see the sentiment comes out. Now, the layering that I do, and it doesn't matter what cardstock I'm foiling on, I use both of the shims that come with the Glimmer system, and I put a piece of cardstock in between. And it's a heavy weight. It's like 100 pounds. So I don't change that no matter what. And that's the sandwich that works for me. I pulled out my deckled edge trimmer and went around the outside of that panel that we pressed in. I've got a light green piece of cardstock cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So the panel with the leaves is basically cut 4 to 5 1/4. I'm going to use some of my foam tape to prop this up, and I'm going to cover the back with this and then place that on top of the green mat. The flowers that we glimmered and watercolored, they are going to sit in the center of where we pressed those leaves. So with the leaves, Glimmer Plates, yeah, woo, tongue-tied here. I was able to create a textured background. My roses are what I want to come off the page, give that pop of color. Now, you could certainly add watercolor to those leaves that are pressed in, because we did that on watercolor paper. I just chose not to. I just wanted to have that texture in the background. I took the sentiment and crossed that over just on one side of the roses, and I'm pulling out the Spellbinders Color Essential Gems. It's the crystal mix, just to add a little bit more sparkle to our panel. And what's nice with those essential gems, you get 2 different shades of each of the gems that you are receiving. And that is our card featuring the Spellbinders Glimmer Kit of the month for March. And again, it is called Glimmer Edge Roses. Words are not fun today. I'm just saying, and I am so sorry. I do hope you enjoyed it. And as always, all the products that I used will be listed down below, along with their blog, their shop, and all of the other clubs that they have available. So I encourage you to check them out just to see what is available. If you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Continue to enjoy this process. Don't stress. Have fun as you are creating your art, and that is what it is. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button. That tells me what you like and what you want to see next, and make sure you hit the bell so that you're notified when the next video is live. Everyone, take care, have a great day, and always remember, be creative, and I'll talk to you in the next video.